And we're coming back to you live from a new bench.
From
the walkway?
from the, I wonder if they can hear like the echo. Do you hear that echo?
Oh yeah.
Echo! Okay. Anyways.
From the echo walkway.
From the echo walkway.
I'm Zach.
I'm Sean. Yeah.
That was the longest intro I think we've ever had.
We're just confused. All the benches over there are covered in snow. Even the one we're sitting on has like all these little wet spots that we're just like sitting on the edge of the bench to avoid. We've had a journey. We walked through the hall of flags and there was people screaming at us trying to get us to vote for them. Zach lied straight to this girl's face.
It's true.
Straight up.
True.
She said, "Have you guys voted yet?" And he said, "Yes." And I was like, "No, you haven't."
How do you know I didn't vote yet, Sean?
Because I know you.
Listen, if I said no.
If you voted, you would have told me, and it would have been like a life-changing event. I don't think we'd even be friends anymore because you would have changed so much that you wouldn't like the kind of person I am. And now you're like, would it be worth it?
That's all it takes. Yeah, no, I was not about to go into some conversation about voting for some student council person.
Yeah.
So I did the unethical thing and instantly lied.
But at least it got me out of it.
I didn't have the mental capacity or energy for that conversation today, so...
And who would? Frankly, who would? That
I mean, I heard that you haven't voted yet, Sean. Like, we can go back there.
I have not voted. Everyone convince me that you're worth voting for, and then I'll just
of your word.
And then I'll just put on headphones, and they'll all come talk to me, and I'll just have my eyes closed.
I would love to see that. Actually.
That would be so rude. That'd be a real rude, crude dude kind of thing to do.
That would be worse than what I did, honestly.
Yeah, I kind of want to do it. I love being worse than you.
How dare you? I'm the worst one.
Don't even start with me, young man.
Fight me, Sean.
Okay, can I tell you something? This is so random.
Take it away.
But this morning I got recommended on YouTube all these videos. Apparently, Arthur did their finale episode. They're done making new Arthur episodes.
To be honest, I didn't even know they were still going.
It's crazy. It's not like I watch a ton of PBS Kids content on YouTube.
It's how you do every weekend. You pull up Arthur, you watch the new episode.
I was so confused. I'm like, why am I seeing this? But like, man, I watched it because like
it's the last one.
Yeah, I have to. So here's the thing: the final episode, they go to the library, and they go to the back of the library searching for the librarian, and they find a door. And in the closet, which the door leads to, there's a game on the table that's like this psychic octopus that basically asks you random questions in the game, and then at the end predicts your future.
Okay.
All right. And it predicts each of their futures, and they all are like, I don't know if that'd be real for me. And then they're like, I don't know, maybe I could see it. I don't think so, though. Right. And then it comes to Arthur's, and the game glitches out and dies. It doesn't have batteries.
Oh,
so he never finds out what his would be. And then as he's leaving the library, the initial reason they went is because he checked out a book, but he'd gotten the wrong book. So he was going to give it back and get the right one. And the book he'd been given was How to Draw Animals book. And as he's leaving, Mark Brown is there and is like, "Hey, Arthur, I think you should keep this book. You might like it." And he's like, "Okay, mister." It's Mark Brown. And then it shows the octopus scan. It's like, and then it jumps 20 years in the future and shows all of them exactly the careers that they were predicted to be in. And it shows Arthur, who did a graphic novel because he learned how to draw animals really well. And the graphic novel is the first episode of Arthur ever aired.
Oh, that's cool.
And so it all loops back around.
That's cool.
But it was weird for me because I was like, so they jumped 20 years in the future, right? This show's been going on. This is the 25th year of the show going on. So like, the show literally started in 1997, the year I was born. Right? The show's like a couple months older than me.
It's a little old.
Yeah, the show's just a couple months older than me. And now it's just like, it's like legitimately all the kids who have been watching it all this time are that age that they jumped to. And they're all like, oh my gosh, there's like there's Arthur, and Francine has like a shoe business or something, and like what the fetch?
What is all this?
Uh, anyways,
So what I got from this was that everything is predetermined
yeah, by a octopus board game,
by a psychic
a
octopus.
psychic octopus in a library closet. They never found the librarian, by the way. That is a plot point that will haunt me for the rest of my life. I think that Mark Brown ate her
Sean,
and absorbed her consciousness.
you have never been so right in your entire life. In fact, that was in the end credits. If you didn't watch that far.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get that far.
I mean, I didn't watch it, but
Yeah,
I
no.
just know.
You sound like you know, so why
yeah.
wouldn't you?
Oh yeah. You just have to be confident in what you're saying.
I don't know why I brought this up on Spicy Nuggs. I just felt it's just like a weird moment for me because like that show is such my childhood.
I mean, that's really cool
and
though.
it's not like I haven't watched it in forever, and they've like changed the animation style because it was hand drawn and it was that way for a long time, and then they switched to digital, and it's very different from what it was. That was another thing. In the comments, people were saying apparently the guy who was voicing adult Arthur was the original voice actor for Arthur.
No way.
And I was like, wow, they had a Pixar reference in it. The door number on the closet was A113, which is a Pixar Easter egg in all their movies. I was like, what the fetch is happening?
So, how did people respond to the ending?
I was looking at the comments of different videos, and everyone was just like, they were like, I'm so sad to see it go, but like this was the perfect way to end. And it was like straight up just like a peaceful like goodbye to this thing. And I was like, holy cow, man.
It's kind of like, I feel like trying to end a story is like the hardest part.
Yeah.
Especially when something is like been going on that
25
long, right?
years.
Like, how are you supposed to
It's
wrap
touched
that up?
so many like different generations of lives, because like you grow out of it and that's fine, but like it's stacked upon stacked upon stacked of all these people who have seen,
And then you have to make an ending that most of those people
can relate to
are going to enjoy
or feel good about, and they did. I think they did. It's crazy.
Like, honestly, I'm just depressed.
I'm impressed and depressed.
Because there's no more
Because
Arthur.
there's no more Arthur. I hope.
Don't worry, Sean. There is like 25 years of content.
There's a
You go
YouTuber
back.
I watched all the time in high school, and I still go back to him occasionally. His name is Peanut Butter Gamer.
Okay.
And he went on this weird... This started back in high school, where he just like started professing how much he loved Arthur, and he started doing all these videos about Arthur games and like Arthur things all the time.
Arthur
So I'm
everything.
really hoping he covers the fact that Arthur is...
I mean, he kind of has to.
I think
now.
I just realized why I got recommended the end of Arthur. It's because I've watched PBG. So yeah, if you're into PBS Kids and you want to see some adult react to stuff from it, check out PBG. Peanut Butter Gamer.
That might be the most incredible thing. What a segue, man.
It's a good time. What can I say? He's just a wholesome guy who screams a lot and is like super ADD. And
So it's basically Sean.
No.
He screams at me all the time.
But I'm not ADD at all. Is the thing. Oh shoot, there's a song. 330 by AJR. I think that's the song where he says something along the lines of thought I was ADD, but that's a real thing and I'm just lazy. Anyways, kind of hits hard.
I have to say, I feel like every time you bring up like a song, you know the song name and the artist. Like, I want you to know, I'm just impressed because I will not even remember the name of the song. I'm like, the song goes like this,
Just
or
understand.
this was a lyric.
Just
in it.
understand how much time that means I've wasted. Like,
I mean, I waste my time.
That's
in
all that
different
means.
ways, so.
Yeah, see, I can ask you about, like, name that League character. You could tell me.
Oh, which one?
I don't know
I got
any
them
of
all
them.
down.
The one with the sword.
Which sword?
The big one.
Trinity. Garrett.
What are their stats? What's their special abilities? I don't know any
Well,
League
which
terms.
one?
I don't know. Did you say 2 people there?
Yeah. You see, one of them has Final Judgment, and one of them has Undying Rage.
This is good. You gave me the opportunity to rant about something I'm passionate about, which is Arthur. I'm now giving you the opportunity to rant about something you're passionate about, which is League.
No, here's the thing. I don't want to be passionate about League. I hate League of Legends, but I keep playing it. Literally, ask anyone who
I was going to
plays
say,
League.
I feel like that's the general consensus about League of Legends at this point. Is like, everyone still plays it, but they hate it.
Yep.
Is that true?
Yep.
I need to give you a new outlet.
Well,
Let me point you toward this wonderful show that just ended.
Oh, yeah. Is it called Arthur? Have you ever heard of it?
Every day when you're walking down the street. Yeah. You know what was interesting? Because I watched the episode, right? The opening, they haven't changed at all. It's still the hand-drawn animation. It's the exact same song. And then it cuts into the episode, and the animation completely changes. There's the different voice actors, because like Arthur like yells occasionally in the intro or says stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's like a different voice actor. It's kind of jarring, honestly. But I like that they kept the original one. I'm sure it's also because it's a lot of effort to redraw an entire intro. But anyways.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, then, so what are your thoughts of the old art style versus the new art style then?
As soon as it changed, I remember seeing it for the first time when it changed, and I was like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
But is that because you were just used to the old art style, or?
I think the old one had more life to it. I really do. I think the new one has improved over time after watching the final episode, because I saw like it initially, you know, and they were like very like robotic, and like every time someone would speak, they'd do like a little bounce, which was weird. And that wasn't happening anymore, at least as far as I didn't notice, which was I was grateful for. But I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like the old one just has so much more character, and they're able to capture things better. The new one is much cleaner, obviously, because it's a computer, but like, I don't know. Anyways.
Anyway.
Talked a lot about Arthur today.
Hey, it's the Arthur episode. We didn't know it was, but it is now.
It's the final Arthur episode.
I mean, and you only had good things to say about it, so you did your job.
I need to just like get on Twitch, and my own first and only stream will just be me reacting to the final Arthur episode.
I'll join in the comments and just take whatever you say, I'll just say the complete opposite. Like, wow, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. I can't believe you liked that.
And then I'll just be like, I'm so glad Chad is agreeing with you today.
I mean, just the other week we did decide that was my role in life.
It is
just to
be contrary and
argue everything. So.
And you do great at it.
I know.
No, you did it wrong. See,
you
kind of suck at it.
I hate you.
You're great at it.
I'm still working on it.
I'm bad at it.
I'm working on it.
Anyways, it's you to just, you have something to talk about?
How can I follow up Arthur? That was incredible. I actually did.
Why does this episode of Spice Mix feel like it's been going on for like 45 minutes?
It just had no purpose. We're just blabbering. It's awesome. It's funny because the thing I was going to bring up today, probably would have just been even worse. So let's dive right into it.
Yeah, let's just dive right in.
And that was our reading. Because I'm a broken man.
I have zero thoughts on this, man. Which is good.
That's what I want to talk
I think
about.
That's the point of it.
So we had to do this reading for our religions class.
Yes.
And it was the Heart Sutra.
Which is a Buddhist text.
And it made no freaking sense at all.
Okay, so let's try to work through this together, and maybe we can come to some kind of conclusion.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So, original Buddhism, as it was, the basic idea was everything changes,
impermanent,
and everything is
interdependent.
Connected,
yes.
right? And basically, we're all made up of these 5 aggregates, which is basically like their atoms, the basic building blocks of everybody. And when you die, you change into a bunch of other things, and they move on. And that's why, like, this idea of self is kind of ridiculous, is because everything's constantly changing, and everything will change. This one, I feel like, basically just took that to the next level, where they were like, okay, so those 5 aggregates, they are essentially empty, which means everything's empty, which means nothing actually exists. Is that right?
So I kind of took it a little bit a different way, which is interesting.
Okay.
Because it talks about how emptiness is form, and form is emptiness.
Yes.
And I almost just took that as another way of pushing the idea of impermanence and interdependence. And it was like, and there was a way of being like, look, if even emptiness, like nothing is impermanent, and but also emptiness is also interconnected, and like how, and the form is constantly changing.
Yeah.
Like, and I thought like
That's
samsara and like reincarnation with that.
Well, so then
That's how I took it.
almost answers my question from like 2 weeks ago. Remember when we were talking about how the ultimate goal of Buddhism, once you become enlightened, is you get out of the cycle of reincarnation by just ceasing to exist.
Yes.
Right? And my question was, well, if you cease to exist and everything is impermanent, then is that nothingness impermanent? So you could come back into existence because the nothingness is not permanent?
See, it's interesting you bring that up, because at the very end of the Heart Sutra, it says like the what do they call it? It was a phrase at the very bottom. Mantra. It was a mantra.
The little like poem thing?
Yeah, it was like the perfect
yes, I remember, yeah.
mantra or something like that. And it was like gone beyond something. I can't remember the very end.
I don't remember.
But basically, I took that. At first I read that, I was like, what the fetch did I just read?
Yeah.
But I took that as that idea of blowing out the candle or snuffing out the candle.
Right.
And how that we should think of the 5 aggregates and everything with the idea of emptiness and form, and how everything just, and using that as like a way of everything interconnected and interdependent still. And like, it was just like, that's what I took. That's what I put in my critical response. I have no clue if that was right or not.
Man. The critical response, I just like, I finished writing and I was like, what the fetch did I don't, whatever, I turned it in.
So and that was just the Heart Sutra. We had a second reading.
Yes.
Below that it was the Diamond Sutra. And I have to say, that one made even less sense to me. So, I felt like there was not
here's
one sentence I understood from that one.
It talked about, so here's another question I had. So there's the Bodhisattva, is that, you remember that?
Bodhisattva,
those are enlightened people who choose to continue to exist to help others become enlightened.
Yes.
What is my question? I don't know. It just seems like...
Well, there's the whole question of... because the whole idea of snuffing out a candle, ceasing to exist, right?
Yeah.
If they're enlightened, but they're still choosing to be here and help others become enlightened, are they actually enlightened if they still exist?
And doesn't, like, that indicate a sense of self? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because, like, how can
Yes.
I choose to reincarnate again so I can help others if I am not anything?
Yep. So, yeah, I just wanted to rant about the reading. So...
I don't even know where to... Like, I'm just... hopefully he clears these things up. He probably won't.
Next episode, if we learn anything, well, you know. But read the Heart Sutra and the Diamond Sutra, because it will blow your mind. You'll need to read it like a million times to even comprehend what it's trying to say, I think. But
it was definitely one of those things where I was reading and then I realized I'm just not paying attention anymore. Not because like I don't want to pay attention, but just because my brain's like, you don't want to think about this. This is too much. Don't think about this. And then I'd read the same sentence like 3 times in a row, and I'm like, okay, this isn't helping.
So I read the Heart Sutra twice.
Mm-hmm.
But I just gave up on the Diamond Sutra because I was like, they were using terms that weren't even defined.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what this means. How am I supposed to have like...
What was the Naga, that one?
There was like 4 of them.
Yeah.
It was just like, I have not learned this. And it's not in the...
Yeah, it wasn't in the back. I Googled
so.
a few of them, but I'm not sure if they were correct.
Well, We'll find out.
I use them in my critical response as if they were correct.
Same.
I like that the critical response, like he's like, okay, it's not your opinion on it. You have to like break down what it's talking about.
And what it's saying,
right?
yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what it's saying, so I just have to state my opinion
As
in a
if it's
factual
facts.
way.
That's exactly what I did with the heart suture.
He's just teaching me how to be the most toxic person online.
Thank you all so much for watching. I'm still sad.
I'm so shocked.
Zach is right. Zach is always right. Sean is wrong. Always very wrong.
Sean is right. Sean is always right. Zach is wrong. Zach is very wrong. Do 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 do.
Ready, hit me with it.
It takes a lot of practice and effort. It really is a skill that you develop over time. Like at first you're just gonna drop it and it's like it might float away, you know? That happens.
So you're saying the closer it falls to you, the more skillful it was?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
See, as someone who never wears hats,
yeah.
where do I begin my training?
Well, get a hat.
Okay, that's a good start.
Try to drop it. That's all you can do, you know? Just like anything, you gotta start somewhere.
I have to fail to succeed.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're gonna fall off the bike before you get going, you know?
I'm gonna drop the hat.
You're gonna drop the hat and it's gonna float away. That happens to everybody. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but everyone will mock you for it.
I mean, as they should.
That's just part of the
Let's be
culture.
honest. Culture.